The World Cup is finally here, turning our summer into an absolute soccer marathon. But let's be honest with ourselves. As we sit through back-to-back matches, cheering for hours in the blistering summer heat, what is this excitement doing to our bodies? Millions of fans across the nation are currently destroying their digestion with heavy stadium food, dehydrating their nervous systems with sugary sodas, screaming their throats raw, and fighting massive midnight adrenaline spikes right before a 6 a.m. work alarm. We try to survive on artificial energy drinks, but they only leave us with heart palpitations and a severe afternoon crash. What if the ultimate survival guide to keeping your stamina high, your voice intact, your gut healed from party food, and your mind perfectly peaceful after a nerve-wracking penalty shootout has been written in the Holy Scriptures for thousands of years? Welcome back to Eden's Medicine. Today we are opening the pages of ancient wisdom to uncover 5 powerful biblical drinks that will protect your body, restore your temple, and keep you completely energized throughout this entire tournament without sacrificing your health. Let's look at the first remedy. Drink 1. The Extra Time Hydrator. Drink number 1 is for stamina. When you are sitting in the summer heat or high-stress environments watching your team play for 90 minutes plus extra time, your body doesn't just lose water, it loses vital electrolytes. Standard caffeine options are diuretics. They force fluids out of your system, thickening your blood and making your heart work twice as hard. You don't need a chemical spike. You need deep, cellular endurance. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 8, God describes the Promised Land as a land of wheat and barley, of vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey. These weren't random choices. Pomegranate and raw honey were the premier fuels for ancient travelers crossing unforgiving terrains. Modern nutritional science confirms why this combination is flawless. Pomegranates are packed with potent polyphenols and nitrates that naturally expand your blood vessels, boosting blood flow and oxygen delivery to your brain, keeping you hyper-focused during the tensest moments of the game. When you mix this raw, antioxidant-rich juice with a tablespoon of raw honey, you receive a slow, sustained release of natural glucose and fructose that prevents the dreaded mental fog. But the secret weapon is adding a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt, what the Bible calls the salt of the earth. This salt contains essential trace minerals that pull moisture directly into your cells, keeping you fully hydrated through 3 consecutive matches without a single jitter or crash. Drink 2. The Vocal Shield. Drink number 2 is your vocal shield. Nothing feels better than screaming when your team scores a last-minute winner. But waking up the next morning sounding like a broken engine, unable to speak clearly during your Monday morning corporate meeting, is a painful consequence. For years on this channel, we have shared how teachers, preachers, and public speakers protect their voices using scriptural wisdom. Football fans need that exact same biological armor today. Throughout the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, the olive tree is praised as a symbol of peace, anointing, and miraculous healing. Olive oil was not just used for cooking. It was applied as a sacred physical balm to soothe wounds and reduce friction. When you scream, your vocal folds collide hundreds of times per second, causing immediate micro-tears, severe friction, and acute inflammation. By mixing warm water with a teaspoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil, a squeeze of fresh lemon, and a touch of honey, you create a physical masterpiece. The olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal, which modern research shows acts as a natural, highly targeted anti-inflammatory agent. As you sip this warm infusion, the olive oil creates a protective, lubricating lipid barrier directly over your pharynx and vocal folds. It coats the raw tissue, while the lemon cleanses away mucus, and the honey acts as a natural antibacterial healer. Sip this 30 minutes before kickoff, and you can shout for your team without losing your voice for your career. Drink 3. The Stadium Gut Healer. Let's be honest about the soccer watch parties. The diet is usually a disaster. We consume highly processed stadium foods, greasy pizzas, nachos covered in artificial cheese, and carbonated beverages. By halftime, your stomach is bogged down, your acid reflux is flaring up, and your liver is working overtime trying to process the toxins, leaving you feeling sluggish, heavy, and completely miserable. To heal this, we look to the beautiful story in the book of Ruth, chapter 2, verse 14. When Ruth was exhausted and working hard in the heat of the harvest field, Boaz told her, "Come over here, have some bread and dip it in the wine vinegar." In ancient times, diluted vinegar was the ultimate refreshing drink to restore gut health and cool the body down during heavy labor. This drink combines the ancient wisdom of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with fresh mint and a touch of ginger. The acetic acid in raw vinegar immediately balances the pH level of your stomach, signaling your pancreas to release powerful digestive enzymes to rapidly break down heavy fats and carbohydrates. Meanwhile, mint, a herb explicitly mentioned by Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, contains natural menthol, which has a powerful antispasmodic effect on your gastrointestinal tract. It completely relaxes the muscles of your stomach and intestines, allowing trapped gas to dissipate, eliminating bloating, and instantly relieving acid reflux. If your stomach feels like a heavy rock after the game, this biblical elixir will restore your body's internal temple within minutes. Drink 4. The Adrenaline Killer. It's 11 p.m. The referee blows the final whistle. Your team just pulled off an unbelievable victory. Your heart is pounding, your adrenaline is pulsing through your veins, and your brain is flooded with dopamine. But there's a major problem. Your alarm is set for 6 a.m., and you have a massive work week ahead. You lie in the dark, staring at the ceiling, replaying the match highlights over and over in your head. This is what sleep doctors call adrenaline insomnia, and it leaves your brain completely exhausted the next morning. How do we manually tell our nervous system that the war is over and it is safe to rest? We find the answer in Genesis chapter 43, where Jacob commands his sons to carry the finest products of the land down to Egypt as a gift, and explicitly includes almonds. Later, in the book of Jeremiah, God uses the branch of an almond tree to symbolize watchfulness and divine fulfillment. This drink is a warm, soothing cup of pure almond milk infused with aromatic cinnamon and a touch of raw honey. Almonds are one of God's richest dietary sources of magnesium, a vital mineral that acts as a natural brake for your nervous system. Magnesium blocks the stress hormones from binding to your brain receptors, calming your racing pulse. Furthermore, almonds are rich in tryptophan, an essential amino acid your brain requires to synthesize serotonin and melatonin, the holy grail of deep sleep. When you warm this milk and add cinnamon, the cinnamon stabilizes your blood sugar levels, preventing midnight cortisol spikes caused by late-night snacking. This comforting drink brings God's peace to a restless mind, ensuring that even if you only have 5 hours before your shift, you will fall into a deep, restorative REM sleep. Drink 5. The Monday Morning Resurrection. It is Monday morning. The weekend tournament marathon is over, and your body feels like absolute lead. Your eyes are heavy, your brain fog is severe, and your energy is at zero. Your natural instinct is to run to the coffee pot and chug 3 espresso shots. But doing that to an already exhausted, dehydrated body will only fry your adrenal glands, leaving you anxious by 10 a.m. and completely burnt out by noon. You need a clean, steady resurrection of your energy. In the book of Exodus, chapter 16, verse 31, when God rained down a miraculous, life-sustaining bread from heaven called manna to feed millions in the wilderness, the Bible describes it by saying, "It was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey." Coriander was chosen by God to represent divine, complete daily provision and vitality. By boiling crushed coriander seeds with fresh ginger and a squeeze of lemon, You create a morning beverage that sharpens your cognitive function instantly without the use of central nervous system stimulants. Coriander seeds are rich in a powerful natural oil called linalool. Modern neurological studies demonstrate that linalool directly targets the brain's cognitive centers, clearing out brain fog, reducing morning anxiety, and enhancing focus. The addition of ginger stimulates your circulation, forcing fresh oxygenated blood to your tired muscles and organs, while the lemon flushes out the residual lactic acid from your weekend of cheering. It is the ultimate clean start to your work week, proving that God's pharmacy always has the perfect answer for our modern exhaustion. You do not have to sacrifice your health or ruin your body's temple to be a passionate fan this season. Put down the toxic chemicals, look back to the wisdom of the earth, and let these ancient biblical remedies keep you in the game. Now, I have one crucial question for the Eden's Medicine community. Look at the comment section below, find your country's flag, and reply to it. Let's see which nation has the healthiest, loudest fan base this year. May God bless your health, enjoy the historic tournament, and we will see you in the next video.